Hi guys, this is Lauren with Watkins Art, and today I'm going to be doing a little art chat with you while I paint a winter path scene using soft pastels. And if you watch my year in review video for 2021, then you saw a sneak peek of this picture. Before I get started on the art chat portion of this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm using for supplies. So I am working on pastel matte paper. This is like a thick cardstock almost paper that has a very nice sanded texture. And I am using a mixture of Jack Richardson pastels, Mangayo Gallery pastels, and Unison pastels as well. And I'm just layering them up. I'm using a soft tool to blend. And then later on, I use a rubber shaper to help blend some of the pastels as I went along. I'm not doing a full tutorial on this video. I just wanted to let you know what I'm using in case you have any questions. So it's that time of year where a lot of people are setting goals for the new year and reflecting on the previous year. And I know some people have very strong opinions that are for or against New Year's resolutions, and I am neutral on it. If you want to set goals and it works for you, then do it. If it doesn't, then don't. I really love the process of reflection and looking back on what I've done over a period of time, whether it's the past few months, the past year, the past several years, and kind of seeing how I've progressed, what things I want to do different, what things I've learned, how I've grown. That's something I do whether it's with my budget or cooking skills, and even art. I am just someone that finds a lot of comfort in kind of taking stock in where I am, what resources I have available, how everything's going, and then what my plan is in the future. And I love creating a plan and working towards it. Even if I end up changing it, I really love that process, and it helps me feel grounded in a way, or helps me know where I am. I've been doing that a lot probably the past couple months, really, about kind of figuring out the direction I want to take my art. Not just my art, but my art business, whether I want to keep selling on Etsy or selling original art, taking commissions, how I want to approach my YouTube channel, all of that. I've been kind of just reflecting inwardly and seeing where I want to go, and then kind of forming a plan. 2021 started the same as a lot of my previous years, where I took a winter break and then I jumped right back into doing commissioned work, trying to work on personal projects in between, and making YouTube videos. But I also added teaching in person to that list of like things I'm doing. And what I realized is that I can't do all of those things very well, in addition to all the other things required of me in life, like being a parent and being a good spouse, helping with family things, all of that stuff. And I'm sure you guys can relate. There's a lot of things that take personal time and work, and it's hard to kind of find that balance. So what I discovered is I am not very excited about doing commissions anymore. There are some that excite me, but I've been doing commissioned work for about 6 years now, and I'm ready to kind of take a break from that. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to do it because it helped support my family while my husband was in school and training, but I don't need to have that anymore, and so I want to take a break from it. And I started that in 2021, the last half, where I kind of stopped taking commissions. It was supposed to be just for the summer, and it's just continued all winter. And I think I'm just going to decide fully to take the year off. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want to focus more on teaching, because teaching is what has excited me about art the most this year, especially like midsummer, when I started doing some more teaching, not just like in a university setting, but in a like workshop setting. And I love it. I love seeing people try art for the first time and get that excitement that they feel, and like seeing their eyes light up, or when they're struggling with something and I'm able to help them figure out how to fix that, or figure out a technique that they've been struggling with, and seeing that excitement in them, because I remember those same feelings of when I created a piece of artwork that I was really, really proud of, or when I learned how to do a technique that I'd been struggling with, and that aha moment when I kind of like figured out the code to it was really magical to me. And I think growing up in a small town where art lessons and things like that weren't available, there wasn't YouTube to get them for free, I had to figure a lot of that stuff out on my own. A lot of the art books in the library weren't really helpful in like understanding the process. And so I've really, really loved making art more accessible, whether it's here on YouTube and teaching online, or offering classes in my community. And right now, where we live, I'm able to offer them in my hometown, and I love that. And so I want to focus more on teaching in this new year. So there's several approaches to just this general term of teaching that I want to do more of. So I want to offer more workshops where I'm just teaching like a weekend class, or like an evening class in the middle of the week. That's just kind of a one-off thing where we go over some fundamentals and we do a project together and then we go home. And this is really nice for people that can't commit to a multi-week course system. And I've talked to a lot of people that have wanted to take like my watercolor classes that I teach that are like 6 weeks long, but their schedule and stuff doesn't allow that. And so it's really hard for them to participate in that. So by offering like a workshop every once in a while that's on a random day, they can commit to like a one-off thing. So I want to offer more of that, and I would love for it to be watercolor or pastels. I also am going to continue teaching courses where there's like 6 weeks and we work on multiple projects over those weeks and go more in depth. And I really want to do both sides of that. So another like goal or focus for me is really similar to teaching, and that is what I create here on YouTube. So I typically upload once a week, sometimes twice a week, and I either do like product reviews or a technique video where I deep dive into a specific kind of technique, or I do sped up videos where I talk about the process. And I really like creating those kinds of videos, and I feel like they can be really, really helpful for people. And I've noticed that a lot of my videos have gotten a lot longer over this past year, just because I feel like if I speed them up too much, you guys don't get as much knowledge or info from them. But having them be too long, people don't watch them as much. So I'm trying to find that balance of like having a more short form video for people that just want to watch something quick, and then for a long form video, offering live streams. And I started offering live streams this past month, and I've really enjoyed doing them. I think teaching in-person classes over the last year and a half has really helped me become comfortable with talking as I'm working and explaining why I'm choosing to do things and what colors I'm using, and explaining the process. And when I realized I've become a lot more comfortable with teaching, I realized something like a live stream might be a good fit for here on my channel. So it's still pretty new. I'm still working out the kinks with it, but I love offering live streams because it makes it so someone that may not be able to take my in-person classes, or I may not be offering in-person classes for a few weeks or a month or so, they can still follow along with art and keep up with it. And so what I am doing is I'm posting on my Instagram and Facebook page what project we're working on, what supplies I'm using, a reference photo, drawing guide, all of that kind of stuff. And then if you want to follow along with me live, or if you want to catch it later, you have the resources available to be able to do that. And I'm really excited to see where that goes in the next year. Those are my goals for 2022 and kind of where I'm hoping to take my art and my channel. And I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate you guys and all of your support over this past year, and I can't wait to experience this new year with you guys. Have a great time, and I will see you guys later.